name's Mr. Hesby, and I teach video game programming. So the video game programming expedition, we start off with a program called Scratch. And so students make programs using that, and then we switch over to a program called Phaser, and they use JavaScript for that. And then students are able to kind of like choose from there which one they want to use afterwards. But students are, it's a lot of work time. Students are sitting down, making stuff, building. They don't just program, they also have to draw out their sprites, write dialogue, come up with stories, brainstorm what their games are going to be about. And so there's a lot of time for them to just kind of sit down and figure things out and make things and do stuff. So it can be really exciting for those who have an idea in mind and want that work time to really grow and build. What we're hoping that students get out of it is kind of like that curiosity for learning to program, some base understanding of like how it feels to go about programming, and also if that's not necessarily what they're into, like what does it feel like to sit down and create something from the beginning to the end that takes a lot of time, effort, and energy. So video game programming as a class is non-UC, so it's a pass-fail course that's mostly designed for freshmen, and we get students all the way up to seniors as well who really enjoy it. It's kind of more the introductory course to programming and a place to kind of explore it, try it out, see how it feels. There's a lot more availability for creativity and doing things other than programming within the course as well. So drawing, we had one student who was really into making music, and so they did the basics of their game and then spent the rest of the time adding music to it and adding sounds to it and developing those different sounds.
Hi, my name is Landon, and I'm a 9th grader. Well, what we do is that most of the time we work on our games and make like new characters and backgrounds for the games, and also do some coding. My favorite project would be probably the story aspect of it, because every project we do is that they come with a question, and I like the last project, which was the story aspect. You know, what can make a game with a good story in it. So it's really interesting. I love making stories about characters and stuff like that. It really interests me the most. So it's really fun.
Hello, I am Mark Solomita. I'm in grade 9, and I am in video game programming for expeditions. It is actually pretty challenging, but at the same time it can be really fun. You get to program games, and you get a lot of support from your teachers. You're given a certain project to a certain genre to make your game about, whether it's platformer or choose your own story. You're given around 30 minutes to either paint a sprite for your game or just programming it with software of your choice, whether it's Phaser or Scratch. Scratch is more easy and Phaser is more like difficult to handle. Most people pick Scratch because, you know, it's simple. You can like make games in the snap of a finger. This is interesting because it's fun to see other people's creations, and you find out like what you could do with the knowledge you have with making video games. You could like you don't know your capacity when it comes to programming, but then you find out like what you can do, and it's really satisfying to see your final product.